Oh my goodness. You know, it's funny is I'm hearing a delay, in some of this stuff, and it is kinda distracting. So I'm gonna take the thing that's making that sound. It's these. I'm gonna put them down there, so I'm not distracted. Hey, everyone. ScouterStan here. It's a wonderful day. We have 10 viewers already today. That's awesome. Um, we do have, Twin Daddy. He's, kinda moderating and looking over the stuff and looking over the comments. Looks like we have a bunch of them in there. That's awesome. Thank you so much. As he said, I believe he's saying, we should put that ticker. So we did. See? So that's there. Uh, we have Alright, we have "Hey, all." You know, that is actually a very formal greeting in the South, that I'm a part of, and, so how do you do? Then we have, "Huh?" Okay. Let's see. Yes, happy February. This is Scouting Month. That's what's so cool. Today, being Sunday, is actually Scout Sunday in places. Now, sometimes they will move that. It really depends on the charter and where you're going to do that, that really you have to work that out, so that can move around. It's not permanent. So, I have to look at this screen. I can't look at the other one. I have 2 screens, and it can be confusing. This month's University of Scouting. Yes, that's right, we were there. I was at my University of Scouting. Is that the same one? That was Commissioners College. Uh, yep, they have that at, Commissioners. I do the, Den chief training for, my council, my district. That's something that we do. Okay, listening from uh, okay, fantastic, don't get in trouble. Make sure you got that backup screen. I know, I worked in IT for a little while. Actually, I was kind of shoved over there, but anyways, let's see. There we go. Evening all. Yes, that's very Pennsylvania. There you go. Pittsburgh, or no, Bethlehem, excuse me, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Awesome. Fantastic. Looks like we have Paige. Paige is here. All right, from Michigan. We got, Twin Daddy, what's going on? Good evening. Yes, from Minnesota. I bet it's kinda cold up there. It's cold down here. It's, threatening a good storm, so we might get a pretty good rainstorm. But it's still, it's like, Ed over in Mississippi and we don't have that severe cold weather you guys have to suffer. But I like cold weather, so, there's pros and cons. I love skiing. I'm a downhill skier. I love to go downhill skiing. Did a lot of that in my youth. I think that if I did it today, I'd probably fall and break every bone in my body. So, probably just remember fondly those memories of coming down the hill super fast. Let's see, we got, alright. Goodness, you guys are just popping in here. That's awesome. We have 18. Woo! That's awesome. Throw some questions in. That'd be great. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, I do have a question. Oh, it keeps rolling away from me on the screen. Oh, yeah. He had a court of honor recently and got the award for Citizenship and Society Merit Badge. Awesome. Fantastic. I've talked to a lot of scouts, and, they see that it's just, um, preparing you for your future and knowing what's going on, okay? You can't live life successfully with your head in the sand. You need to know what other people are talking about, and that merit badge is one of them. So, look at the requirements. It's not something that is, I've had people get all upset and say it's indoctrination and all that stuff. It's not. Read the requirements. So, definitely look at the requirements. Um, it's it is teaching young people how to handle all the stuff that's going on in the future where they are heading, okay? So that's a great one, and they don't mind it. They like understanding what's going on around them. We're building great leaders, and we want them to understand what's going on. So that's that it is very difficult to talk about it because people have opinions about it, and if you read the requirements, you will definitely understand where that merit badge is. So, enough said. I've done a video on that, and, it is something else. Hey, Stan, the OA chapter is not very active. You know, that's true, some aren't. So, um, let's see, the ordeal weekend, we need a ceremonies team and don't know how to start it or go. Okay, when it really depends on, your chapter. Now your chapter can have a ceremonies team, that is true, but other chapters may have ones that are available. So you might have to contact the lodge and work out stuff, with the, the lodge chief and, find out what you can do. Worst case scenario, now keep this in mind. This is true throughout scouting. I learned this Cub Scouting. They've never done that. They've never been in that, um, environment. They've never had that ceremony, so they don't know if you're doing it wrong, okay, or badly. So they're not gonna have any judgment there. They don't know. So it's important that even if you have to stand there with a flashlight and the script to get the words right, we wanna make sure that they understand the meaning of everything that goes on in the ceremony. That's true in Cub Scouts, it's true in Boy Scouts, it's true, Scouts BSA, I should say. You know, it is something that we need to do, and the Order of the Arrow is no exception. I mean, it's the same thing. Um, it's unfortunate, but you need to work on getting that team sooner, okay, rather than later, before you really need them. That is a very important thing, okay? So, it's a ceremony, it's once in a lifetime, and, it is one of those things. So, definitely, um, reach out. If you don't reach out now, you're gonna be in, trouble, okay? So, you need to find somebody that's done the ceremony, has the scripts memorized or pretty much down. So, that's something that you need to do. That's a nice ceremony too. Um, I can't go into more detail because, the OA wants to make that special. So, that's the only let me have another one. Oh, Chicago, you do. I went to school. North Chicago. Chicago. I'm Greg. Yep, you are. I don't know. I'm in a mood. I spilled water all over the desk. I was panicking before, the live thing tonight. I got towels in here soaking wet. A whole pint of water. I think I'm gonna be getting to the point where I need to use a sippy cup, you know? Um, getting to that age. That's one of those things. New Jersey. Oh my goodness. That Garden State, you bet. Alrighty, what else we have here? Who else is in Oh my gosh, we're 24 in the room. Alright, nice to meet you yesterday at Leadership. Yes, yes. I was at the conference yesterday. I did send a, members only, note out about that, and, I was so glad to meet so many people at the conference that watched the live show or, they enjoyed the channel or even the podcast. The podcast is kind of on hold. I mean, there's some issues with the people distributing the podcast. They are, having, new contracts, new stuff come out, that makes it very difficult to retain, the rights to your own stuff. So that I need to get worked out. or go to another service. So that's something we are working on. Um, so for right now, we're not producing any podcasts, and hopefully we can get it ironed out and then start going into production. It it makes it very easy to, get ready for the actual, videotaping of the episodes if I can go through the podcast, just go through that script and through those bullet points. And when I say script, it's not word for word. I'm not a word for word reader. So with that in mind, it's usually bullet points, and I just throw in my 2 cents. That's kinda how we do the podcast, and it helps for getting everything down and ready for the actual recording, video recordings. We try to do that so there's not a whole lot of edits, because editing takes time, and usually I don't have time. It's amazing how you run out of time, you know? So amazing. Um, I think that's something that I put out for the people that were out there and for members. I found out something rather interesting. I'm gonna try it tonight. I'm gonna try it. I've got another screen open, and apparently I can give away a membership. Now it's a trial membership. It's only for a month, and, so I didn't know I could do that. So we'll try it, okay? I don't know if it'll mess things up or be crazy. I don't know. Alright, one more. Let's see. Alright, I was looking, yes, Powderhorn. Yeah. Powderhorn, I believe, is been put on hold for a little while, and they are working on the new Powderhorn. So, let's see. Contributed from the committee members, advisor this year. Powderhorn is coming back, but it's gotta go through its revision process and get approved and everything. But it's been down for about 2 years now. I wanna go to Powderhorn, so that's one of the things I've been wanting to go to. Rochester, New York. Oh my goodness. I lived in Saratoga, New York, upstate. So, let's see, greetings. Oh, California. Woo, there we are. We got everybody from all over. We're down to hey, we got so many already. What do we got here? Council. There we go. Focus on the membership merit badge. Yep, definitely. I mean, oh my gosh. This is just it's at the point now where things are just it's rolling along. Uh, uh, Scouts are one, loving it. Yes. What is this? Okay. Going to summer camp. All right. Summer camp's awesome. I loved going to summer camp. I don't anymore. My son's no longer with the troop, so but I love going to summer camp. What activities would you give that it does not want to go to summer camp? Summer camp is one of those experiences that youth are nervous. They don't wanna go to summer camp, or they can't because they're in a body cast or something. That's terrible, but, that does happen, but they're not able to go. But if they're physically able to go and are still afraid, there might be more problems there than you might think. It is a major thing for youth to leave mom and dad and go with a troop to a summer camp. There's a lot of homesickness and stuff that we addressed here on the channel. And I believe that everyone should have that experience, better now than when they go off to college or or go off on their career or something. Could you imagine? All right, there needs to be that individual, that is I know it's scary, but you gotta be brave, and that's part of the scout law, and that's the thing about summer camp, going out and having those adventures independent of mom and dad. So that's very important. But if they're not going for other reasons, there's a lot of other activities they can go. Some troops will actually put together a package for their local camp, so that's a possibility. There's other activities that they can do, but I would highly recommend that Scouts BSA, all troops, every troop member, every scout should have that away from home camp experience. That is, it is all right. My feed blanked out for a moment, but that's something you need to talk to them. Let me see if this will click this and fix it. I'm gonna click fix it. There we go. Now that might change things. All right. My VPN kept popping up. I don't know why it did, but it did. All right. So why is this like that? There we go. Middle of Tennessee Council. Yeah. Tennessee. Not the podcast. I know. I know. It is issues. So we're working them out, and we have been for the past month, and, it just got to the point where we couldn't produce. So we had to put a pause. That's all it is. We put the pause button, and hopefully we can get the podcast back up and going. Um, I have been told that you can listen to the live stream. You can also listen to the videos that are on the channel. Um, that's fine. I don't want you running this in your car though, okay? Because you could get in a lot of trouble. So, a lot of people, when they're traveling, they'll listen to podcasts, but having video there, that can be that can be dangerous. And, when you're making a video, you don't have to explain everything. For instance, when I'm doing a podcast, I have to tell you what the colors are on that patch and the shape of the patch and how big it is. I mean, I have to go into great detail. In video, I just showed, so that's the difference, and that can be very distracting. So, definitely, think about being safe. Always, always be safe, right? Alright. I love skiing. I went a lot of downhill skiing, and I lived in Illinois, but I did a lot of downhill skiing. North Chicago, my best friend and I would go skiing almost every weekend. If there was snow, we were on the hill. So, I love go. Is there an age for OA? Not necessarily. You do have to be in Scouts BSA, or a crew, venture crew. They for the longest time, it was only for Scouts BSA, but they've expanded it to venture crew. Um, with that in mind, there are requirements. You have to have the 10 nights of camping. You have to have first class. You know, there's some requirements, and you have to be most important, you have to be approved by your scoutmaster. So those are very important things. If you're 13 years old and have everything, your scoutmaster might say, "Well, why don't you wait another year?" Because it is, it's an older group of youth, and that, or they might say, "Go for it." Yeah, and the election is held, and then you have to be elected to go in. That's what he's talking about. And, so once you're elected, then you can attend your ordeal. That's the process. There's videos on the channel that talk about that process, but there's no per se age per se, okay? That might be the maturity level that's judged by the scoutmaster. So that might be something you need to have a serious conversation with the scoutmaster about, if that's what's holding you back. So that being the case, let's see what we got else here. There we go. I'm gonna try that membership thing. Let's see. Their age requirements, the OA. Um, there there's a there's a huge debate about the age stuff. Um, First class, 10 nights and days of camping. You have to have your scoutmaster's approval. That's probably the one thing that's holding it back. Those are the things when they're talking about age. There is age stuff when you get into the OA. You're in the OA, you're active with it. There's a 3-year gray period between 18 and 21. Technically, because we've opened it up for mentoring crew, and a lot of scouts do that. Um, they their youth is anyone that's under 21. So they get voting ability in the Order of the Arrow as a youth. Once you're past 21, there's no you're an adult at that point, according to the OA. The Order of the Arrow is very that's the way that's done, okay? And, that's the age part of it as far as what it changes. So that's something that's there. We're gonna I'm gonna try this thing. Let me see if I can do it. I saw this and I read about it and I was like, "Wow. Alright, this is gonna be interesting if it happens." If you have signed up, there's a way to do that through I believe it's a chat. There's a way to, they could go down in there and you sign up to get a membership, and these are sample. I saw this come up in my, feed with YouTube. They actually talked about it a little bit. Didn't make any sense, but I looked at the actual text online. It says, that I can do this. Let me see what'll happen here. Let me see if this'll oh, there we go. I've never seen this. That's amazing. Welcome aboard. You get to see the longer videos. That was quick. Okay, it's giving me information saying that, um, I've used up all 5. So, welcome aboard. Try it out, you know? You asked to be to try it out and everything. Now that you're on, that's awesome. That is awesome. I didn't know that was possible. So, I welcome you to try it out. Okay, these are temporary. These are only good for this month, okay? So definitely keep that in mind. But welcome aboard. You signed up to be on the waiting list. So I went ahead and, we got 5 of you in there. Let me go back up here. Where did I leave off? It didn't keep where I was. Oh, no. High-tech stuff, man. Tell you. But when I saw that today, I was like, "Oh, I gotta do that. That's awesome." And especially for all the live people that are out there, I wanna make sure you guys get, a chance to try it out. I want you to try it out. The supporting of this channel is vital to keeping it going. I need a better camera. This one is it's nice, it works, I'm grateful for it, but I wish I had something of a higher grade, okay? This is really one of those portable ones you take traveling. So, it's not the best of cameras, and I need to upgrade that. So that's expensive. Um, that can this membership stuff helps that happen. Okay, I'm getting down to where it happened. There it is. Do, do, do. Alrighty. Camping. All right. I'm I'm jumping ahead because I'm trying to find where I left off. Okay, we talked about the age thing with the OA. Yeah, we did talk about that. All right, let's see what else we got here. Needed to amount of who do you I am a star. Woo, Star Scout. All righty. Need to create an amount. You do need a certain amount, yes, of camping. And camping is one of the big things that a lot of Scouts are a little leery of, nervous of, and, your 1 week at summer camp usually counts, but and if you go on weekends, with your troop, you already qualify. If you're over first class, you're a star. You qualify. So talk to your scoutmaster or your assistant scoutmaster, whoever you contact with. Make sure that they are aware that you are interested in doing the Order of the Arrow, and, definitely do that. So, yes, camping. That's huge. Camping is gigantic if you do. Alright. Uh, do you have an idea on how many nights? I believe it's 10. 10. It used to be 15, I think. That was a long time ago, but I believe it's 10. 10 nights camping. That's Now keep in mind, this is the Honored Camper Society known as the Order of the Arrow. Okay? You gotta be able to camp. That's I think that's what it was. Might be 15. Maybe they went back. I don't know, they changed things, and that you know, I got into the Order of the Arrow back in the '80s, 1980s, so that's when I was involved in that, so early '80s. Yeah, then it changes. It does change. So, it might be 15. Makes more sense. Uh, and I was an OA advisor for a little while, and we did those things, and I thought it was 10. I think they made it change to 10. From what I remember. It might be 15. I have to look. One of the things that kinda makes me crazy about the OA, they actually, it sounds like a demotion, but they said that if you're within that 3-year period between 18 and 21 and you're an assistant scoutmaster, they will include you as a youth. I thought that was kinda strange. I saw that line. It's a single sentence and some very obscure, script stuff. It's very strange. And, this was in reply to a video I did, called 18 or 21, I think was the name of the video. And the thing was that this actually demotes, assistant scoutmasters back to being a youth, if you think about it. And that was kind of that's not the way to do it. Assistant scoutmasters can easily talk with the committee and fill out the paperwork. So that's I don't know why they put them in the election. It's just a mess. But the requirements for it are kind of they change, and that's the only thing about it. Let's see, organized. I gotta work on some of the settings. The contrast is really bad for my eyes. All right, days of cancel 18. Other these there's a lot of discussion about that. So the yes, that is one of those things. So, that is and there's a lot of debate about that, and they work on that, and, it's fine to have a discussion here, but policy is the thing that will make it the way it is. Let's see. No duh. No duh. If you haven't had a chance, Roberts, Mr. Roberts Dean has a video channel. I believe it's TikTok, which I'm not a big fan of, but TikTok videos on, joke of the day. So definitely check it out. So it's a fun channel. So definitely recommend checking it out. This is for the adults, so there are some colorful ones on there, so you might and, technically, everybody on YouTube is supposed to be over 13, okay? That's YouTube policy, okay? And everything on this channel is meant for adults, so take that with a grain of salt. So when you go there, there might be some, very funny jokes that might not be something you would tell grandma. The young ones, behave yourselves. Don't get in trouble. Alrighty. Oh my gosh. Uh, there aren't age requirements, but you don't have to be of a certain age. You do have to be in Scouts, BSA, or a venture crew. So that's something that's there. First class. Yeah, 40 nights a camp. Wow. That's a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's different in different areas. I've never thought about that. Um, I thought the national policy was 10 days. So I don't know. It's been, almost 12 years since I was an advisor for the OA. I participate, but I don't really get into that part. So, all right, I'm catching up. Dean's a crazy guy. There we go. Good night, Dean. All righty. Let's see. Here it's about 20. Oh my goodness. Merit badge. Yep. See, there's different requirements, and I did not know that. So I'm learning too. So now I'm getting caught up from when I did the big uh temporary thing. So get people in. Ready. Let's see. There may be an issue that have around a number of nights and stuff. It's a matter of meeting the requirements. They're very simple requirements, but you do have to go through the hardest part is talking with your scoutmaster and getting the approval. That's the big thing. You have to be approved by the scoutmaster. He's the one that approves it, and if you're not approved, you won't be on the ballot for the election. So that I think is uniform. So definitely talk with them about the requirements, and they'll know. They'll know. That's something that they can look up. I could look it up, but right now I'm going from memory, and I thought it was 10. So, all right. So we'll leave it at that. Let's see. Love that rare merit badge of the day. Yes. Yes, that is something. That is something. OA requirements for the previous. Okay, that's cool. Yep. I believe, Timothy, that, you're on Discord. We have a Discord for this channel, and I believe a lot of people have, jumped in on that. That's great. That's great. And he's in there too. So Timothy's there to answer some of the clinical questions. Plus, there is an Order of the Arrow, um, server out there, so you can definitely get involved in that. Let's see. Oh, on the wrong here we are. What advice do you give a 27-year-old Eagle Scout? Get involved in your local troop. That's the very first thing. No matter where you are, say, for instance, you're in the military, you've moved off to somewhere else, there's a local troop that needs you to jump in and help out. So it might be on the committee. It might be as an assistant scout or a scoutmaster. It could be a lot of different things. So you can definitely do that. There's younger scouts in desperate need of, of cub masters and den leaders. So think about Cub Scouts. So no matter where you are, there is a unit that's in need of you, and definitely go and do that. That's what I would recommend. An eagle is charged with helping others. That third one, right? The third one. Always remember you have to live up to that charge, and that's an important thing. Oop, we got a big one here. Hey Stan, how are you? I'm doing okay. I did dump water all over the place just before. So I've moved to my good old algae. I'm gonna start using this. It's got a lid. So I don't want to dump water all over the place. So yes, I'm a little wet, but yeah, water went everywhere. I was panicking. Let's see. Watch a couple of non-eagle requirements, merit badge. Yep. Ah, change that. The contrast is so bad. I'll move that up. Let me see if I can move it up. See what's going on. All right. Let me go back here. Do, 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 do. Where are we at? You know what's funny is that it shrank the other window. Uh, I am way behind. I'm so sorry. Hang on. We're gonna get I'm gonna have to where is it? Okay. Well, that didn't help. Goodness gracious. Let me see what we got here. This is um okay. There you are. Goodness. I I increased the screen size so I could see what's there, and it just went nuts on me. All right, require the mirror bridges, and we give them this most all right. Recommended. Why? Hmm. There's some videos that I did on, merit badges that kill off a lot of Eagle Scouts, because they have time limits on them. You have to do things over a period of time. So that's the crazy thing about it, um, that you have to keep that in mind. That is you have to keep your timing right. Get a mentor, so important for youth. You're a Life Scout, you better have a mentor, okay? That's the best thing ever. So, mentors will keep you on track, help you with your timing, make sure that you meet your short range goals. That is so important, okay? So, keep that in mind. There we go. Hey, ScouterStan. Hey, see, and now this is okay, that's the thing. I'm finally getting caught up. Goodness gracious. Alrighty. Did the membership thing. Good, 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 good. That's one of those things. I'm so very happy to have members supporting the channel. So try it out. If you're trying it out, if you got one of those memberships, definitely go back and look at all those different things. That is so cool. Gifted memberships. And right when I was doing that, I believe any advice for helping parents move from just wait a minute. Thanks for flying in on me. Uh, just beginning kids, getting being involved. That's kids desire scouting because of adventure. Make sure they never lose that adventure. And that's one of the big things that parents should not um, should not focus on achievements and meetings and all that stuff. Do the adventures, go camping, go to the local camp and do the activities. Next weekend, we've got a huge one going on down here. So these are the activities that they really want. And once they get that, then the advancement comes along, and then the meetings and all of the den meetings and all that stuff. If they're just starting off in Cub Scouts, there's tons of adventures, and the Cub Scout adventure stuff, all of the requirements is changing, so that's gonna be exciting. Once that happens, that's something that's coming down the line, this year. Mid-year, we're gonna have the requirements are gonna be changed a little bit. So now they're rolling that out slowly. So, and we really don't talk a lot about the actual program. We talk to adult leaders, and we wanna motivate and make sure that they're aware. We leave that to national. We're volunteers. Everybody here, I don't get paid by the Boy Scouts. So, I'm a volunteer just like all the other leaders, and, that's one of those things. So, definitely make sure you focus on the adventure. That's the key. That's the key, and that's true for all parents, whether they're going into Scouts BSA and a troop, or they're going into a Cub Scout pack, or even a veteran crew. So these are things they can do. So, very, very important. Why is this oh, there I lost my cursor. It went away. I don't like that. Hi. Yes. There we go. Gotta follow up. Oh, the pack. Yes. Pack specifically. Get involved a little bit from the parent standpoint, depending on if they're going in anything wolf up. make sure that you're part of the den leaders and committee and all that stuff. Get involved there. That's what you can do as an adult. Then anything that's down from Wolf, make sure that you're there for your Cub Scout, okay? The younger ones, the kindergarten, 1st grade kind that's the important part. Try to build that. Work on the adventure. That's the key. Nobody joins scouting for stinky old meetings. That's for sure. That's for sure. Hey, that's cool. Awesome. Hi there. We're gonna this doesn't really work so well. There we go. This little the mouse is really giving me time. Oh my gosh, what do we have here? Awesome. 5 scouts. Yay! Welcome aboard. Again, make sure you use that membership, and I'm hoping that you're gonna like it so much you'll start thinking about doing it on a monthly basis, so that's awesome. What a big spender. Okay, I can't really okay, that's awesome. I'm so glad you like it. That's awesome. Alrighty. There we go. Fantastic. Oh my gosh, this thing is so sensitive. There we are. Woo! You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I didn't know it was possible, okay? So you're very welcome. I didn't know it was possible. This was something that I read about, I saw a video on, and then I thought, "Let's look into that." So I did, and, we'll try to keep that going. Veteran Scouter. You bet. We need our veterans. We need our veteran scouters, that's for sure. Alright, moving this down. We are still doing 15 total, 10 short overnights. That's where I was mistaken. Okay, so it's 10 short ones and then 1 long-term. That's I remember why did I think 10? I don't know. But yes, you're right. Mhm, mhm. So it is 15. I thought they had changed it. They had lowered it down to 10. I didn't know. I it's been a while, you know? It's been a long time. So, I'm glad that, we've got it all set. Uh, Thanks, and there we go. Seems yes. Yep. When in doubt, you guys know more. So, you guys are smart. You guys got it. So, it's good. That's awesome. That's happy birthday. HBJ birthday. Yeah, fantastic. There we go. It is 15. Awesome. I'm so glad somebody looked it up. First class rank, yep, and you have to be approved by your scoutmaster. That hasn't changed. That from day 1, that's been on. So that's the important bit. Well, let's see. Let's see. Thanks for the shout. You bet. I'm sure you got several jokes there that are great, and, I love them. So, keep up the good work. It's so important. I am so trying to get can also be a Sea Scout. Yes, I believe Sea Scouts, but they don't do the election. I'm not I'm not sure how that works, but I've heard that Sea Scouts can be maybe they I don't know, I'm not really sure. Sea Scouting is something that's quite amazing. If you have a chance, look at the Sea Scout video. The program is different. It is it's quite amazing, and it's as old as, Scouts BSA, Scouting, Boy Scouts of America, it's just as old as that, and, Sea Cadet over in Europe, that's one of the variations. We don't have that, but, that's, Sea Scouts, I believe, can be in the OA. I have seen, in fact, one of the when I was a what was it? I was an advisor for the OA for my chapter. And one of my friends, my fellow advisors for another chapter, he was a Sea Scout captain. So I know they could be in it. I don't know how they do the elections. Maybe they do. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been involved. That's I keep my membership current if I can, and, I participate in some of the meetings, but that's about it. So, it's been difficult staying in touch with a lot of it. Um, yeah, moving across the country. County? Yeah, country. What is your, volunteer? You say, yes, you can volunteer. Don't ever don't ever think you can't. You can volunteer. Yep. You're an Eagle Scout. You are needed. Do you think possible you can near Louisville, Kentucky? There I'm okay. You can go to any council, okay? Beascout.com is an actual link. I'm not sure if they've changed that. They might have added it into say, I don't know, but Be a Scout has been around there for years, and you type in the zip code and you say, "I wanna know troops in that zip code," and you can go and look up troops in that area. So, that is something. More than that, it gives you the number to the council office. So, that way you can call the council office and say, "Hey, I'd like to meet up with, the district people or, somebody in your council that I'm moving to." And I'm an Eagle Scout, I wanna get involved, I wanna help, I wanna create a better future for tomorrow. That's that's what they're doing, and definitely, call that number, make the meeting, go to the meeting, you might even go to the scout office, who knows? This is something you can do. You can definitely get involved and locally, and, they know that if you're there for school, they know that it's gonna be in the school schedule. If they know that it's work or career related, they know that you might be there just for 2 or 3 years. So, if it's military, whatever, it could be anything, okay? Help, that's what they need, and they need you. So, live up to that, uh, big 3rd promise in the Scout, uh, promise and the oath. Live up to it, help others, and scouting counts. That and, of course, your community too. So, let's see, getting caught up finally. I need to put all of these on the screen because I plan to edit the intro and the exit so that, people who view this later, they can see it better. Let's see. I can YouTube. Yoo-hoo. I think I've seen your logo there on YouTube or on our channel maybe. I'm also 22 and believe in scouts and want to volunteer. Yes, please jump in. Benjamin, I believe in scouting too, and, we need good leaders. You don't have to be an Eagle Scout to be in there, but you are an Eagle Scout, that's great. But any scouting level, that's what counts. Just the ideal of getting in scout is enough. So definitely get in there. We train. We train like crazy. So we we get you up to speed. Don't you worry. Not to worry. Let's see. How can I join Discord? Discord, I believe in order to get into Discord, the link is on the channel, kind of buried. They've moved things around on all channels throughout YouTube. Uh, if you go to the very top, right below the big banner, there might be a thing that says links or more, something like that, and you go into that and, actually pull up that particular link. And you can do it 2 ways. You can put the server software on your system, or you could go through the internet. I believe it's through, their links, to go in. Mine is open, but, definitely read all of the information that's there. If you do that, then you get assigned a role. So, I know that's a lot of information, but just start looking into it. YouTube has great videos on getting into Discord. So if you wanna do that. Looks like we have some people just jumping in. I'm getting notifications on the screen. I see some people jumping into Discord, and that is one of those great things. If I'm online, and this has happened, I'll have the headphones on, I'll be working on something, all of a sudden, I'll hear, like, a phone ring in my headphones. Discord. Somebody wants to talk, so we can I'm there, okay? I wanna help as much as possible, so definitely get into Discord. Discord's fun. It's there's some sketchy places, but that's true even on Facebook and all these other multimedia things. There's sketchy places, so stay within the scouting stuff, but don't be afraid of it. Be brave. Jump right in. That's important. Okay. I made the Order of the Arrow in 1994. Good deal. Yoo-hoo. Live Scout, 40 night camping. Wow, that's amazing. Nights camping, I believe when I was with a troop, I was just hitting 500 nights camping. I was in for a long time, so I love camping. Camping is one of those great things. I'm doing that this week. So, my scoutmaster told me that the time was gonna order the arrow. The thing is, once you've gone through your ordeal, you only do it once. You never do your ordeal again, because it's a one-time thing. Once that's been done, you are a member of the Order of the Arrow as an ordeal member, but there's brotherhood, so look into it. There can be a gap between your ordeal membership and your brotherhood sealing the membership into the order. Definitely look into it. It will it's great, okay? I had a huge gap between my ordeal, my actual brotherhood, and a huge gap, 20 plus years. So, the neat thing about brotherhood is that it tells you all the stuff that you were taught and learned in your ordeal, all the examples, all the things that went on there. That's the neat go through that process of doing brotherhood. You get a brand new white sash with the big red slashes on it and everything, so it's nice, nice. Definitely do that. If you're gonna get back in the order, please do brotherhood. That's it. Yeah. There is honors, that you wear on your brotherhood sash, like vigil. There are the vigil honor, the big triangle goes in the middle of the arrow, so, but that's an honor that's worn on the brotherhood sash, so definitely think of it that way. Um, so definitely do that. Let's see. Oh, I have a contribution coming. Oh, wait a minute. What's this going on here? Let's see. How to scouts frequently and with Hmm, I'm not sure. Oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Let me think about that. How do mentors yeah, am I looking at the right? Who are um, you know what? I'm gonna get back with you on that one because I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for the question, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look back at that. Okay. Thank you so much for asking. That's thank you. So, but, that's wonderful. I will get back to that one. I am not sure. I don't know. And that's okay. I don't know. My godson says that all the time. I'll ask him, "What do you wanna do? Want to watch a movie? Wanna go for a walk? What do you wanna do?" I don't know. I always reply to him, "That's the beginning of all knowledge," because it is. It is the beginning of all knowledge. And that's where it all starts, right? Oh my gosh, we got a super chat going on here. Let's see. Council district today. Shrinking. What? Okay. I don't know what that is. That's but thank you. I appreciate the donation. That's so nice. Hopefully, I can get a better camera. That's the issue here. That's a fantastic. I'm gonna put a star on that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Loved your OA advisor video. Yes. Yes, do it. Get into the, advisor stuff. It's been a while for me. I last year, I didn't do anything in the order there. I was so busy with everything going on with the channel. I just didn't have time. Occasionally at roundtable, that's when they have the meetings. I stick my head in, say hello, and that kinda thing. It's a place to get away from other people. So I I just get out and do that, but I haven't been to any of the OA events, and I do need to. So I do need to I miss so very important. Let's see, having a book the book, yep. They change all the time. The Order of the Arrow changes their books. Advisors, they have a book, um, and it is mostly on ceremonies, I believe. I believe that's the advisor book that they talk about. That's the only one that, we can have for advisors. Let me see, I think we got some people in here. I'm desperately trying to catch up, okay? So I'm gonna start, doing that. Sea Scouts can be in the OA, yes, but I don't know if they have elections. How would they work that? What are the requirements? Um, maybe? I don't know. Um, I know people that are active, very active in Sea Scouts, and, they're in the Order of the Arrow. They attend the events. I remember working several, so that's true. Yeah. Ski Scouts needs is ordinary. Okay, that makes sense. That's like first class, and then they have to do the rest of the requirements. Yep. Yep, yep. It's true. So Sea Scouts are in the order. That's I know they are. They are. Ship nights, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Okay. Alright. Fantastic. So these are things that I'm learning, I'm always up for learning new things, That's the neat thing about it. I always thought that they had to go back to Adventure Crew or do some of that kinda stuff. Oop, we have a link. Wait a minute, what's on here? Dude, Daddy, you got the links. Okay. Scouting.org. Okay. I don't believe the link came through. It looks like it just slashed there. Let me see if there's something I need to do on my end. Okay. Yes. Twin Daddy actually has the link here for those requirements. So that's awesome. It talks about, ordinary, which is like a rank on the ship. Their structure is slightly different. So check out the video. That'll give you the basics. Then from there, you can do all kinds of things. Okay. All about, let's see. I can't see where I can make that link live. I don't know if it came through on the other end. The filter on this end, yes, it did. Okay. So the filter did on this end didn't come through. It showed the link, but it didn't link the link, put the line under it and stuff. So that's separate here. And then when I put it up on the screen, uh, you know, down here, um, it wasn't there. So you will have to go to the side comments or type that in. So, you know, that's why I read it out. But the side comments may become detached if I do any editing. Hopefully, you know what? I'm not gonna do any editing on it. It takes a long time for that editing to take effect, and if I do the editing, it detaches the chat. I don't like that. That's one of those functions I don't like about editing live stream. I'm not going to. What you see is what you're gonna see on there. If it's, you fast forward or jump forward, that's something you can do. That's for the viewer standpoint. So that's really what the editing is for. So just jump forward if you're watching this as editing. So 'cause I don't wanna detach the actual, links that especially from Twin Day. I don't he is awesome, okay? He has helped me tremendously on season 2, and I am so grateful that he's jumping in and getting involved. That's great, that link is vital. So we all gotta go there. If you wanna know more about Sea Scouts, be a scout. That's be a scout. I'm seeing things. I don't know. Alrighty. Be a scout. Yes, it's still around. So definitely go to that link. So important. All right. Where are we? There we go. Well, can you be an oligomat or do a deal all over again? You know what? An oligomat is something that comes up occasionally. They talk about it. It's best if they're a brotherhood, but not required. A oligomat is a friend. That's kinda what the word means. They're an example and a friend. They've gone through the ordeal, and they're there to kind of help their group move along, through the process of their ordeal. That's the oligomat thing. We talked about that. There's a video on oligomat, and you don't have to be Brotherhood or even Vigil or any of the other stuff that's out there. But you do have to go through Ordeal first. You can't just go to Ordeal and think you're gonna be an Oligomat. You have to go through it one time. You're just doing it again with the candidates so that they can get through the process, and you're the example. So, definitely check out that video if you want more information about Elingomat. So, Oligomat? Oligomat? I think that's how it's said. I've done it a few times. It's great. I enjoy it. Don't worry, man, I need brotherhood. Good, 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 good. Yes, brotherhood is one of those things you gotta do it. Thanks, Dan. I will get involved. Yes, please do. Getting involved in scouting is so critical. It's one of those things that I keep going on about because we have problems with leadership in America. We need to develop good character. That's what Cub Scouting does. We need to develop good leadership, ethical leadership. That's what we need, for America. So, that's the important thing. We need to have those things put in place with our young people. These are the people that when you are my age, you want them there. You want them being the police officer. You want them to be the EMT, and you want them to be the politician. So, that's my soapbox. But I believe scouting is a valuable thing for America, and we can do great things with it. So, definitely keep getting involved is wonderful. Shaping that future for young people and helping them help everyone. That is awesome. That falls right back into the scout of help, to help others at all times. It is so full circle, and if you could see it, stand above it and just look down at it, you see the full circle of scouting, and it's like, "Wow, wow, this is awesome." And it needs to be, needs our help, and we need to really get in there and help others. So that's the beautiful thing. Yes, thank you for the link. Yes, yes, yes. That would definitely help. Be a Scout is kind of the start if you're moving anywhere. So, let's see. Let me let's see. Is it possible to be in 2 troops at once? I can't imagine why you would wanna be in 2 troops at once. Um, I know that from experience, um, with an older brother. He wanted one troop, and I wanted another troop. So, my parents said, "No, you're gonna be in the troop where we're gonna put both of you," 'cause they didn't wanna transport us on the same night to different locations. It just wasn't possible. So, being in 2 troops, probably not, but there are people that are in a, Scouts BSA troop and a venture crew and a ship. They can be 3 different things, and they only pay 1 national membership. That's the key. When you're looking at that membership video, that's what it's talking about. I did some research on that, 2 troops at once, and it causes a lot of issues advancement-wise, because once you're committed to a troop, that's where your advancement numbers come from the council and the district standpoint. That's where that unit claims credit to those advancements that they do. So if you're in 2 troops, it would be double dipping onto 1 scout. That's not that makes, it makes computers kinda start to little smoke coming out of the top. They kinda lose it at that point. So, it would make things crazy. Definitely 1 troop, 1 scout. That's the safe way to do it. It'll prevent a lot of problems for sure. So, ooh, got a big one here. Let me see here. I enjoy I'm so glad you enjoy the channel, Chris. That's awesome. So glad you enjoy it. That's so neat. Let's see. Yep. Can you clarify the eagle palms? You know what? That's changed actually, and I do have something interesting to talk about eagle palms. Yeah, real change. Yes, the real change. Yep, 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 yep. That's actually going on. Um, over 35 merit badges. That's fantastic. That's a good number. Generally what happens is when you're dealing with palms, this is the way it was policy-wise, and I'm not sure for whatever reason I didn't catch when these were taking effect. But at the summit, this past weekend, they were talking about how palms were changing, and they're changing that time period. In the past, when you went for your Eagle border review, if you had the merit badges for palms, that border review was for those palms. And palm means that you have the required 21 merit badges for Eagle plus 5 more. That gets you to bronze. 5 more after that gets you to gold, and then 5 more after that, it goes to silver, and then it just repeats over and over again. I do have a scout that actually got every merit badge, and before he turned 18, he got every single merit badge, and, I think he told me that he has 6 silver and, 1 gold. So, it was a lot of merit badges, 5 at a time. The key to it is after your border review, you have to wait 3 months. So that waiting period, I believe, is changing. It's actually going away. So you get the palm every 5 merit badges. So that is something you need to look in. I know that the requirements for Cub Scouts is changing June 1st, but I don't know if this is immediately or if we're waiting until, June. I don't know. So check with your, council and, talk if I take it you're a youth, so talk to your scout master, and they can check into it and get back with you, okay? But I believe that is I don't know if it's now, I don't know if it's not gonna be retroactive, okay? So if you're waiting in that time, you're still gonna have to wait, but once that's happened and every 5 merit badge, you earn it, that 5th merit badge gets you a palm. So it's instant. You know that those rules have changed. So that's something that comes up. If you have a chance to go to those meetings, please do. We invite all the adult leaders to go to the council, meeting. That is very important that you there's a lot of these updates there. Oop. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hey, Stan, I enjoy the channel. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you do enjoy the channel. It is awesome. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. This is a lot of fun. Um, information. There's a lot of videos. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that you like the channel. Please leave comments. I love hearing from people and I answer them. It may take me a while, but I do answer. Uh, my understanding is that you should have been awarded at least 2 palms. Yes. Now if you're already over 18, this policy probably will not be retroactive back to when that 3-month period, waiting period. I think that's the issue. So you may have that already going. So check with your if you are a youth, check with your scoutmaster, have a scoutmasters conference and talk to them. Doesn't have to be for advanced. You can talk to your scoutmaster anytime. You might even call them. So but remember, you have to have that too deep leadership, but don't put them in a situation where you're calling them on your own, okay? They have to have 2 leaders on the other end of the phone. So, it is policy, but it's best to do that at a scout meeting. So that way you can see them and more than one, it's just not the scout master, like multiple around. That we gotta keep that 2 deep leadership, keeping that youth protection going. So that's important. But get a hold of that and get that ironed out. That's the important bit. I think that's going on. Awesome. Am I getting caught up? I'm almost there. Almost there. Took me all night. There we go. There it is. All right. There has been council recognition of 1 or 2 districts. Yes. Colorado. Uh, Florida. Let's see. Let me break that down. Have to been council reorganized 1 or 2 districts. Um, every council determines how many districts it has. Texas is huge, Colorado's gigantic, Florida is enormous. So, they all have large councils. Central Florida Council, actually combined 2 districts. So it just so happens the district I'm in, and it's one of the largest districts in the nation. It's huge. The new district is called Narcoossee is the name of the district, and it's gigantic. So, I'm the advancement chair for that, and I'll tell you, uh, I take care of the northern part, and then we have a southern part, and if you drove from end to end in the district, it's a 2.5-hour drive. So it's a huge district, gigantic, gigantic district. Luckily, we have enough professionals, and, we have a good staff. So, we're gonna do well. So it'll be a struggle. It's always a struggle, but that's just scouting. You gotta have the challenges. That's the important part. You gotta have a challenge here. So, but um, I don't think we're going through a rebuild or any of that stuff. I was involved in a district in Massachusetts when I was a youth. That was many councils all brought together. Mass Bay Federated Council was huge, and it covered all of Boston, all of northern, just the whole front of Massachusetts. It was the whole thing. So, that was a big council too, and it had many districts. So that's how they break it up for all the professionals. Each district would have a professional, a paid scouter. That's kinda how that structure works. I think I am, oh, wait a minute. Let's see, Ken, age 27. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm in a fragment of a conversation there. Let me see. Twin Data. What'd you say? What'd you say? Let me move down here and finish this. There we go. All right. Twin Daddy says, you can 2 troops at once. Why? That's the real question. Uh, Now I'm thinking from a youth okay, let me say that, let me read deeper into okay, counsel on details of multiple yes, I was thinking in youth. Why would a youth wanna be in 2 different groups? Have 2 different patrols, 2 different patrol leaders, different things going on. That would be very confusing, but an adult, that's different. I know units that have the girls and the boys troops, they're separate, but the leadership, they may use leaders if they're short, they might use the leadership. So the adults, yeah, you can be in several units. You can be in several troops if you wanted to. Um, I think that is possible. 2 daddy is right. So that is something. Let's see, same council. Yep. You could be in 2 different areas maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of pros and cons. Now, if you think about the video that I did about membership, the membership starts off with national. That's the national membership, and you only need one of those, no matter how many units, but 1 scout, 1 membership. Once you have that, you can move to different units. That's fine. That's possible, and that being the case, you're really dealing with the unit. So there could be unit costs, and, council could actually have fees too. So they might charge 1 fee, so it's just like the national thing. Then you would have your different units. So you're dealing with 3 different fees. If you had 2 troops, that would be 2 fees for each troop. There's a lot of impact costs. They gotta make sure there's tents and equipment and everything for both units. That's for a youth, that might be a problem. When you're dealing with adults, different. So, that's I was taking it from the standpoint of a youth being in school. Never it never occurred to me that it was the next one here. Oop, oop. Alright. Just to clarify. Yep. Just to clarify, I am an assistant scoutmaster. Okay. Alright. Yes, see, that makes sense. See, I was thinking for a youth, it would be difficult, if not confusing. So, and that makes a problem. But if you're in that area, yes. So, and you can be in multiple different units. That's fine. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Awesome. I think I'm actually caught up. Are we good on time? We're almost there. Wow. That is a great thing. Chris, thank you so much for jumping in there and answering or clarifying and getting that all figured out. The original when I answered the question, it was for youth. It wasn't necessarily for adults. Adults, I know of a father that has a daughter in the girl troop and a son in the boy troop. So when they go on uh, camping, of course, the girls go camping one direction, boys go the other way. They have their own leadership. He has to figure out which one he wants to go with, and it's usually wherever the leadership is needed from a leadership. That's the whole thing. He has to make that decision. Because he's going, his kids are going. So it's both, the girl troop and the boy troop. Now, typically, sometimes the girl troop goes on its own, and he has to go do that, and then the next weekend, the boys are doing a camping trip separate from the girl troop. So and that's fine. They're 2 separate units, okay? They are literally separate units. He might go every weekend because of that. So it's all up to the individual. It's an adult leader situation. They can be in multiple units. They can be multi-registered, different areas. But again, if you look at that video, there's 3 components. The first one's national, second one is council, and the third one is the unit. The unit can be very expensive. So, depending on what kind of unit you're getting into, and if you gotta be into 2 units, it's pricey. So, hopefully they work a deal. Uh, 2 for 1. So, BOGO or something. A coupon. I don't know. You have to work it out with them. So, that's one of those things. Awesome. It would definitely help out, doing, the thing that Twin Daddy said, having that doing a thumbs up. That would be great. I would, appreciate that. That'll help get the channel, um, at least the live show, out there, and that's very important. So we wanna make sure that everybody's good with that. So we're gonna wrap up a little bit of this. I wanna make sure that everything is good. We're all good. Awesome. We've had a great show. We had some new members come in. I didn't know I could do that. Um, I want you to try it out, okay? We had a super chat. That was awesome. See if I can find it there. Yeah, we had a super chat. It was like $2. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Every bit helps, okay? The camera that you're seeing me on, probably has a value of that. So, it's I'm not knocking it. It's an old camera. I had this camera a long time ago. I think I used it when I was traveling. I spent a lot of time in Canada, in the winter, so it was kinda cold. So I spent a lot of time up there, and, this camera was the thing that connected me back to South Florida where family lived. So that's where I'm still getting use out of it, and it's an older camera, and it does well. It would be so much nicer to have something a little higher resolution. So, that is something else. So, yep, and we hit 5 5 whew, I I thought I typed in the number. I was just gonna do a few. I didn't wanna make it crazy, but 5. We have 5 brand new temporary members that can look at the videos, the longer videos, the higher resolution videos. That's there, and then we also have, um, see what else we have rolling. Oh, we also do they get the video, day of the show, so it's Wednesday, usually around 5-ish. Depends on when I get the closed captioning done. Um, I'm still in the process of trying to streamline that a little better. Um, I do say, a lot, and I find it annoying to see that on the screen, so I'm taking those out. I'm doing my best, and that's all I can do, right? So, hopefully you got that, but, let's see. That is awesome. How many members on the channel now? Before the 5 new temporary, we had 19. 19. So, that's the actual number we have, which is great. I'm grateful for every single one. It is so awesome. YouTube likes to throttle back and forth on the ad revenue. So that is it it's not helping. But as far as membership, that's awesome. I'm glad. I am so glad, that you guys are there. And, to Daddy, I swear, you have done wonders for the channel because it is wonderful. I was looking at the actual, printout, I don't do any paper, but the actual printout of it, I saw your name come up over and over again throughout the season. So you're great. Great work. Thank you so much for going through all the videos and checking out what worked, what didn't, and asking questions and stuff. That's oh, we got one more before we go. Let's see. Sorry, I missed most of it. It's going directly up online, and, that it's gonna be there, and I'm not going to just one last thing to edit. Editing takes time. It's a day-long edit for almost anything, and then once it's up on YouTube, um, editing through YouTube is a nightmare. I mean, if you're into YouTube, you could try to edit. It's challenging, very challenging, so Definitely keep that in mind. Let's see what we got here. FYI, you have a long table. Have many new scouters reviewing. Thank you. Thank you. Roundtable is awesome. Roundtable is a continuation of your training, so you have to go to roundtable. I've got people going, "I don't wanna go to roundtable." Tough. Part of this. Part of the deal. Go to roundtable. Do your training. The people don't go to roundtable, they're disconnected from what's going on. They don't know all the stuff that's going on. Go to roundtable, you'll find out. They'll help you. So, the neat thing about yeah. That's I'm a volunteer. I'm not a professional scouter. That's why we don't talk about the scouting rules and stuff. I'm very loose on that. And definitely, I am not the person who makes that decision. Okay, so but I'm here to help leaders. And I'm so grateful for leaders like yourself that are dedicating time to the betterment of scouting. Therefore, the betterment of this you're making great leaders for the future. These are things that are coming up. They're gonna be challenged. It's a challenging tomorrow. So, definitely thank you so much for all you do in scouting, and if you're late to this, you could definitely go back, check it out, use the speed up button, slow down button, all that stuff, okay? That's so important. You're important. You're important to me. You're important to scouting. You're important to the unit that you help so much. So keep up that good hard work. I will see you on the trail.